this Joey to do? Mrs. Felix! How are we know he's in there? Are you open this door? Come on, open this door, you silly cow! Take him down. He's not getting away with it this time. Stand back. I'll swing for what he done to my girl.
Beautiful.
Morning, Dreambag. Sorry I'm late. How's my favourite?
Good God, whatever happened to you?
Oh, met the love of my life, didn't I?
Yeah, well, how would you feel if your girl had been, you know...
No, we don't know, Mr. Oates. You tell us.
Molested. Yeah, that's molested by a lunatic.
You mean Mr. Joseph Felix?
There he goes again, I like.
What?
Treating him like he's a real person or something.
Well, that's what he is. A person. A mentally retarded person.
Oh, so that makes it all right. I see. He's a bit touched in the head, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, well, you try telling my Tracy that.
Your daughter?
Yeah, my daughter. You haven't seen her when she come home from school, have you? She couldn't hardly talk, hardly. You should see the state my wife's in. All on account of that zombie.
And you think that gave you the right to go mop-handed to duff him up?
Yeah, too bloody right I do. Well, where was you lot when it happened, eh? Where was you lot when this madman gets his hands on my daughter? Where was you lot in the broad daylight,
Listen
eh?
to me, Mr. Oates.
No, son, you listen to me. 3 months ago, Sandra Williams gets attacked, right? And what happens, right? You send over this woman with a curly hair, right? And what does she do? She gives us all this old moody about continuing with her inquiries, right? Well, we told her who done it, but she's never going to listen to us, is she?
So he follows me outside. Big, leather jacket, heaven on wheels. Next thing I know, I'm on my back and he's putting a boot in.
Did he rob you?
No, just a kick in. Roomy cashmere, though, blood all over it.
You went to the police?
Let's not joke about it.
No, I mean it. Did you report it?
Yeah, you ever thought of having a couple of rents? That's a joke, give us a smile.
Toby, you must report this.
Maggie, love, where have you been hiding? It could just have easily been one of your lot.
What do you mean?
Well, come on. How do you think your uniform wallies make up their arrest record? Not through nicking dangerous criminals, that's for sure. Look at the crime figures.
What are you saying, that the police deliberately harass gays?
Well, I can understand it. It's safer, isn't it?
What is?
Nicking some geezer in a public lab who winked when he should have tootled. Safer than muckers. Right, let's get these split end seaters.
Hang on, Toby. Hang on. This guy that beat you up, could you identify him?
Oh, I know him all right. Don't you worry about it, love. We'll sort it all out.
Lynch mob? On our patch? What happened?
Seems your Maggie Forbes may have slipped up.
Oh.
Oates says they told her 3 months ago that this Joey Felix was dodgy.
Well?
I was on leave, Gov. Maggie and Stiles dealt with the Sandra Williams thing. Time I got back, it was all wrapped up.
Cocked up, more like. God save us from bloody female detectives.
Now, wait a minute. Don't go slagging off Maggie. She closed the file. She'd have had a damn good reason.
All right, all right.
You know, Maggie Gov, she hangs on like a terrier. She thought this Felix character's in the clear. That's good enough for me.
Look, Barrett, all I said
You haven't even met her yet and you're trying to stir it.
Jake, just go off and get this Sandra Williams file, will you?
Yes, Gov.
And tell Maggie I want to see her the moment she gets in. Where is she, by the way?
Binding someone's ankles, I shouldn't wonder.
Touchy. Bit sweet on her, then, is he?
No, just loyal.
Yeah, your new roommate. A bastard.
Oh, thanks for the warning. I'll handle it. What, male chauvinist pig?
First class, wig clusters. I tried to cover for you. Better mess your barn up a bit. You'll know where you've been.
Are you kidding? This cost me a fortune. Here, all that.
Morning.
Right. That the file?
Yeah?
Right then, Inspector Slater. You're going to get yours.
You don't stand a chance.
Shooting fish in a barrel.
Good morning, sir. I'm so sorry I'm late. You wouldn't believe the wait I had at the hairdressers.
The hairdressers.
Yes, I'm in court tomorrow. I want to make a nice impression on the jury. Nice?
Yes, yes, very nice. Maggie, I'd like you to meet Jack Slater.
Oh, hello. Oh, am I glad to see you. My office is absolutely freezing.
What?
Oh, dear. You mean that you're not... I thought that he was the
Maggie.
heating engineer.
Maggie, Inspector Slater is joining us for a bit temporary attachment.
Oh, well, not too temporary, I hope.
Well,
Jake said that you wanted the Sandra Williams file. There's no problem, is there?
no, there's no problem as such. It's just that a bloke downstairs happened to mention that you handled the case.
Another girl's been attacked on the Lenham estate.
When?
Yesterday tea time.
Why'd you say another?
Because it's the second in 3 months.
You said so.
I do. According to Mr. Oates...
Edward Oates lives on the estate?
That's right. He claimed
Yes, it's
that
all
you...
in the file. 3 months ago, a girl claimed she was attacked. Nobody saw or heard anything. Nobody had any theories except for this Mr. Oates.
Oh, he had a theory.
Oh, yes, he reckoned that a boy called Joey...
Felix?
That's right, a boy called Joey Felix did it.
But you thought not.
He didn't do it. I saw the boy. Well, he's hardly a boy. He must be all of 28. He's got the mental age of 5. It's very sad.
What made you so certain he didn't do it?
Because there was no attack.
What?
You heard. I spoke to the girl, Sandra. Well, I could see there was something rocky in her story, and I was right. Eventually, she admitted she was pregnant. She was too frightened to tell her parents, so she invented the attack story.
So how was it left?
I think her father packed her off to an aunt in the West Country. Exeter, I think.
Yeah, but they don't know
Close.
that. They
Well,
don't...
why the hell should they? It's none of their business. A domestic dispute has settled. I wasn't bound to tour the estate with a loudspeaker van. Is that it?
No, it's not. A gang of vigilantes led by your friend Oates tried to break into Mrs. Felix's flat and get at this Joey.
Vigilantes?
That's right, and this time Oates is sure.
Sure what?
Sure that Joey Felix tried to rape his daughter.
Thank you very much for coming in. Thank you.
Peter, I'm just off to see Tracy Oates. Did anyone say who the police doctor on duty was?
There wasn't one, ma'am.
What? There must have been.
I forgot to tell you. It wasn't reported.
A man's daughter is raped and no one told the police.
Seems Mr. Oates and his gang don't trust the police.
It's the second time I've heard that this morning.
What?
Nothing.
Well, according to Oates, the law gets in the way of justice. He believes in the do-it-yourself kind.
Yes, he's not the only one. Peter, have you heard of a pub called the Unicorn off Tottenham Court Road?
Yeah, it's a gay pub, isn't it?
Yeah. Look, will you have a word with the duty sergeant? See whoever's patrolling that area tonight keeps their eyes skinned.
Trouble?
Maybe. Could be. Maybe not. You know anything about queer bashing?
On our patch?
It's been mentioned.
Well, I'll have a word with Sergeant Cooper.
Right.
You still here?
No way.
Take a mind up. People on that estate don't like us very much.
So I heard. Jake's bringing the car around.
And what was all that eye-batting stuff about you being caught tomorrow?
Well, if you don't tell him, I won't.
Well,
Mrs. Oates,
yes.
we're police officers. May we have a word with your daughter, please?
No, you can't.
And Mrs. Oates, your daughter has made a serious allegation. We have to question her. Now, may we speak to her, please?
She's asleep. Doctor gave her a sedative last night. She's not awake yet.
Well, can we have a word with you, then?
I suppose so.
Inside?
Yes, you'd better come inside. Nosy cows.
Extending their rule in a new direction. Southward across the great geographical barrier.
Keep your voices down. I don't want her up yet. Doctor said she was to have rest.
Can we have the name of your doctor, Mrs. Oates?
Dr. Singh, down at the health centre. Why?
Well, it is usual in cases of rape. The
Rape?
priest...
Who said anything about rape?
Your husband gave us the impression that Tracy was sexual.
He was upset. Bloody upset. And who wouldn't be? He told you. He told you last time you came round here asking about Sandra Williams. You wouldn't do nothing. Now look what's happened.
Well, Mrs. Oates, I'm just trying to establish exactly what has happened. Look, do you mind turning that off?
He warned you. He warned you about Joey the dope. You didn't believe him.
Joey the dope? Is that what you call him?
Yes. Well, it's obvious he's only 10 bob to the pound, if that. Nothing against his mother. She's probably a very good woman. But it didn't ought to be allowed, that's all.
What?
Him. Living here amongst decent people. Should be put away where he can be looked after properly.
Decent people?
Well, normal people, then.
Oh, I see. You mean normal people who go in a gang and smash a woman's door in, who terrorise a widow and her son, that sort of normal people.
My Ted was angry. And so am I. I've had to lose a day at work, you know.
She's your daughter.
That's all very well. But I can't afford to lose my job at the supermarket. We need the money. Ted's on the dole. Tracy's not earning.
Yeah, well, Mrs. Oates, I think perhaps I'll come back this afternoon. Perhaps Tracy can tell us what happened then.
Suit yourselves.
Yet 200 years later, his successor was appointed at the tree.
Thank you, Mrs. Oates, housewife and mother.
Where to now?
Oh, Mrs. Felix and Joey.
Oh, do you know this?
What?
Got a wrong man down, Nick, charged with God knows what, in dead trouble. She never asked after him once.
And I guess I would say the ecstasy's gone out of that marriage, wouldn't you?
And you got the gear? Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, look, keep it all out of sight till tonight. Bring it in the green hold all. Listen, did you phone Paul and Dave? They on? Good. Well, that makes us up to 4. Should be okay. What about Maury? Well, how late's you going to stay open then? Yeah, that should be long enough. Right, I'll see you then. Yeah, that's right, the unicorn. Of course I'm scared. Could be a gigolo, eh? Yeah, right. See you, Georgie.
It goes on. Can't deny it.
No wonder he didn't want to come to us. He was beaten up, Joe.
Should have behaved himself then.
Toby, he wouldn't hurt a fly.
Look, Maggie, if I puffed a step...
Now then, all neat and tidy. Now, you remember this lady, don't you? She came to see us before.
No.
Yes, she did. And now she's come back to ask you some more questions.
Hello.
Hello, Joey.
Joey's a good boy. Who's that?
He's come to see you as well.
Is he your friend?
Yes.
Is he nice?
Yes, very nice.
Is he a good boy?
Yes, Joey.
It's not to keep, though.
Thank you.
Well, now, Joey, I want to talk to you about yesterday.
That's right, Joey. You tell the lady. Oh, it's all right. Joey doesn't tell lies, do you, Joey?
No, Mummy.
Got to be angry if he told lies, wouldn't he, Joey?
Yes, Mummy.
What do you want to ask him, then?
Is Mary coming?
Ta. Okay, settling in all right?
Yeah, I'm finding my way around.
Good.
I don't know what's wrong with her, though. Freezing? This office is like a bloody furnace.
Yeah, a word of advice, Jack. Regardless of what the thermometer might be reading, you rub her up the wrong way and things are going to get decidedly chilly in here, right?
Right.
My Joey would never do anything like that. He doesn't know anything about filthy things.
Well, Mrs. Oates, you said yourself you let him play with other children. Now, kids do talk about such things.
Can't keep him cooped up in here all the time. You can see for yourself how poky these flats are. He likes Tracy. She's kind to him. Not many people are kind, not to Joey, but he'd never do anything rude. He knows God will punish him.
Is that what you've told him?
Of course. God always punishes the wicked. They go to hell and burn eternally.
You really believe that?
Oh, yes. Well, it has to be rules. The Bible tells us it's all there, plain as day. course, not many people read the Bible these days, more's the pity.
Mrs. Felix.
And about that other thing, that Sandra. Joe didn't have nothing to do with that.
I know that,
She's a
Mrs.
harlot.
Felix.
You know that, don't you? And now they're trying to blame Joey for this other filthy thing. He's a gentle boy, a God-fearing boy.
Bloody bugger!
I told you about using those words!
God doesn't like them!
Look, it's all right, Mrs. Felix, it's all right. Look, Joey, look. Come on, look, like this. Look. There.
Sit down, Mrs. Felix. Tell me about Mary.
He knows he mustn't use those words. Of course, you're here, he's showing off. It's those children. They tease him and then they teach him their profanities. Why are children so cruel?
Perhaps they learn it from the grown-ups. Who is Mary?
Mary was a little girl who used to play with Joey. She went away.
He obviously misses her.
Yes, I dare say. What are you doing, Joe? What are you looking for?
Mary. Mary! It's Mary!
Look, son, you don't want to take that too seriously, you know.
If Inspector Forbes thinks she should be looked into.
Look, she's a woman, isn't she?
Well, I don't see that's got anything to do with it.
Well, then, different perspective, eh? Look, I don't think she's got her priorities right, do you?
I don't know what you mean, sir.
Lad, there's real crime out there, buckets of it. And she's getting her knickers in a twist just because some Nancy's are getting an hiding. Doesn't make much sense, does it? She's got a son, hasn't she?
So?
Well, then. Perhaps she's a bit scared he's ginger, colour in her judgment.
Look, Steve's certainly not bent, and if the inspector's worried because gays are being molested...
Gays? Side of the times that. It was queers in my day on the beat. Bloody sergeants looking younger. You never done bog patrol then, son?
No, sir. Not exactly fighting real crime, is it?
Some rum old doos I've seen in my time. Vicars, scoutmasters, real Sunday paper fodder. Nicked an MP for it once.
Really, sir?
Get that trace, will you, love?
Oh, Tracy Oates, is it? I'm Detective Inspector Forbes. Can I come in?
Yeah, sure. Mum, please.
Oh, yes.
Mrs. Oates?
She's awake now.
Yes, I can see that. I called round earlier when you were still asleep.
Oh, well, I'm wide awake now. Oh, would you like a cup of tea?
Oh, yes, I'd love one. Thanks. Can I help?
No, I can manage. You have to round here. Sit down.
Okay.
Won't be a minute.
Look, if you want to talk to Tracy privately, like, it's all right, because I'm just off.
No, I'd really rather you stayed, Mrs. Oates. Tracy's underage. There has to be someone present when she's questioned. Oh. Is she okay out there?
Yeah, she's fine. Right as rain. Gives her something to do. Keep her mind off yesterday. I suppose my old man's in court tomorrow, then. Not that you'd care. Just as long as he's all right, that one.
Well, I'm not allowed to discuss your husband's case, Mrs. Oates. I'm here about the allegations concerning Joey Felix.
Well, I hope it's not going to take too long. Only as Tracy's so much better, I thought I'd give my hand at the checkout.
She's still going on, is she?
It looks lovely, Tracy.
Oh, do you want a bit? Fresh mango sponge. Made it at school. Well, fresh 2 days ago.
Good little cook.
I don't really think I should, no.
Oh, we'll see how you feel later.
All right.
Poor Mum.
Well, now, Tracy, I would like you to tell me exactly what happened yesterday. No, that's right.
Excuse me, I'm starving. I haven't eaten since last dinner time. Well, I was walking home from school.
What, alone?
Well, yeah.
I've warned her time and time again. keep together, stay in a group. What, living round here?
Oh, lay off, Mum. Look, I do usually come home with my friend Jean, but Mum met her from school. She had to get new shoes or something. Anyway, I saw Joe by the playground and he was upset.
Why?
Well, he's got this Kermit doll, see. Some kids had taken it off him. They was only small, so I clipped one from around here and got it back for him.
Well, what happened then?
I brung him home.
What about Mrs. Beveridge, then? She said she saw him dragging you out the playground and dragging you along the street.
She's a liar! I was holding his hand. See, Joey's only like a little kid, really. He has to hold your hand going over the road or he gets a bit scared.
She said she saw him dragging you, trying to hit you.
You rotten old bag.
Well, did he try to hit you?
No, of course not. He was waving to old Mother Beveridge. He's ever so friendly, it's a shame. Anyway, I brought him as far as our stairs and he wouldn't let go of my hand. He was holding it really hard.
As I told you, he's dangerous.
What happened then?
He didn't want me to leave him. Put his arms around me and wouldn't let go. Well, I was scared. I mean, he's so strong I couldn't breathe.
Tracy, did he do anything else to you?
What, do you mean, like rape me or touch me? What's it?
Tracy.
Oh, come off it, Mum. It's on the telly every night. Always in the papers. I know what goes on. No, of course he didn't. I've told you, Joey's like a little child. Sort of, you know, pure. I mean, there's boys round here be on you quick as a knife, but not Joey.
Well, what did he do then?
He just kept squeezing me very tight and asked me not to leave him. He kept saying, Joey's a good boy. Joey's a good boy.
It's like a bleeding parrot.
Mrs. Oates. Go on, Tracy.
Well, he was squeezing so hard I couldn't get me breath. That's when I got really scared. He was crying as well. He was in a head of a state. Do you know, I don't think he even knew who I was.
Why?
He kept calling me Mary.
What more do you want? He's as mad as Etta. He's just like my husband said, he's dangerous.
You managed to get away from him?
Yeah, he saw his mum up on the balcony and went all quiet. She came down and took him inside.
You didn't tell your dad none of this?
Well, he didn't give me a chance, did he? I get in a bit breathless and shaky like. He takes one look and he's off out banging on all the neighbours' doors, shouting blue murder and worse. He didn't give a sod about me. It was Mrs. Tiley got the doctor.
So, what did Dr. Singh have to say?
Well, like the girl said, neighbour came and fetched him. He got there about 6, found a flat full of people shouting and waving their arms. Nobody paying much attention to Tracy. He turfed him out.
Parents?
Mother was at work. Father out rounding up a posse. This morning was anything to go by. Anyway, there were no signs of sexual molestation. Doctor gave the girl a sedative, said it was par for the course.
What do you mean by that?
You should have come down to the health centre. A real eye-opener.
How come?
Waiting room full of people, all ages. Come for their sweet ration, he says.
Sweet ration?
Sedatives, sleeping pills, tranks, known locally as dolly mixtures. Dr. Singh is a bitter man. Says it's all he can do. Have a look at the side wall of the buildings I left. One word in black paint, letters 2 foot high. Pressure. Said it all.
Did it?
Did to me. Sedated battery hens cooped up in a shit heap. When they put the stuff in the tap water, keep the poor devils permanently under.
It was this Dr. Singh who was the bitter one.
I'm not bitter, just angry. It's all a con, isn't it? Council stick 'em in hutches, medics keep 'em drugged. Anyone steps out of line, we go in with a sledgehammer.
Still prefer us to be wielding that sledgehammer than them.
We'll try and tell them that.
What's your solution, Jack?
Oh, don't ask me. I only work here. Excuse me. Got paperwork.
So Tracy's okay, yes? Just frightened.
Oh, she's fine, yes. She's a smashing kid. Bright, cheerful. Though I can't think what about. She's little more than a drudge in that flat. She was hoovering when I left.
What about Felix's?
I remember arriving to fix the front door as we were leaving. I've asked Thomas to keep an eye on the flat.
Joey Felix? What about him?
What about him?
Come on, all right, so he didn't rape the girl, but he laid hands on her, yeah? I'm asking you, is he violent, dangerous?
Well, there was a moment at the flat that I was a bit frightened, but that's not what worries me. It's his mother. She's very religious and a bit,
A bit what?
I don't know, frightening, I suppose.
Is that you?
No, it's me. I went to work.
Where you been?
Where does it look like? Lady.
Yeah, I got bail. Good brief, that, Mr. Freeman. Good solicitor. Gets a cup of coffee, Tracy.
Who are you writing to?
He's not getting away with it this time.
What are you on about?
We're getting up a petition. There's plenty who'll sign it and all. And when this is read out in court, that Joey the dope is going away for good.
You've really got your knife in him, ain't you?
Well, you should say that. First he does Sandra Williams.
He never laid a finger on Sandra, and you know it. You just spread it around, he did, and I know why.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Met Mrs. Tiley up the laundrette. She told me Sandra's up the stick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I know who the father is.
Yeah, well, you must be very clever then, because I don't reckon Sandra Williams herself knows the way she's been putting it about.
Oh, and you should know. And you can forget about that for a start.
Yeah, you little cow.
You lay off, Joey Felix, or I'll tell Mum about you and Sandra.
She'd never believe you.
No. But Sandra's dad might, and he's twice your size.
Right, that's my lot. Fancy a quickie? I meant to drink.
Oh, no, thanks very much. I'm meeting someone.
Right, just thought I'd ask. It's not because of this morning. I mean, I know I didn't make a very good first impression.
Got nothing to do with I really am meeting someone, Inspector.
Jack.
Jack. Well, some other time, perhaps. I've got rather a lot on my mind at the moment. I need a few minutes to myself. Doesn't happen very often.
Know what you mean, say no more. We all get a bit broody now and again. See you, Mag. Fancy a jar then, Pete?
Oh, sorry, sir. Can't hang about tonight.
Oh, yes. Lady waiting, is there?
No, sir. Ivan the Terrible Part 2, NFT.
What's that when it's home?
A very long Russian film, sir. Night.
Yeah, that should be great. Yeah. Yeah, heavy action. Yeah, I thought you might. 7:30, don't be late.
We're all fixed up then.
That's right. Tonight I let go all my inhibitions. Shout and scream, all that pain.
All right for some.
Hot bodies, flesh against flesh.
Is this a private orgy or can anyone join in?
Don't see why not. Wrestling, Albert Hall. See you.
Jack, you care to refresh the parts?
Hello, Chunky.
Who's that?
Evening.
Who the hell? Oh, Christ, it's you. What the hell do you want? As if I didn't know. But your turn on, is it? Spitting out teeth?
No. We just thought you might like to have a little drink.
We? Who's we? Oh, I get it. So what the little girl is going to do then, eh? Beat me to death with her handbags?
Show him the handbags, girls.
I'll take yours.
No, you've got us all wrong, Chunky, mate. We don't want any violence. We just want you to have a drink.
What is that?
Perfectly harmless, just scotch. You'll tickle if I remember right.
What's your game?
Go on, have a glug. There you go, old son. And another. Go on. Much as you like.
Hello. Thought you had a date.
So did I.
Something come up?
Yeah, 2 corals and a sheet of Rembrandt drawings came up. In Rome. Mike's on his way to bring them back.
Lucky old Tom.
Yeah, he gets Rome and I get the Lenham estate. Oh, God, I'm depressed.
Come on. He'll be back.
Oh, it's not that. It's what comes of having a boyfriend in the job. No, it's... Oh, I don't know, everything this whole week. Just been one of those weeks. The flat's in a shambles. There's that estate, my hairdresser, Joey Felix. Oh, even R.G. Wynn. What are you still doing here?
Nothing much to go home for, is there? Anyway, him upstairs wants a word later. I've just had a jar with Jack Slater.
You doing your Christian duty?
He reckons no one round here loves him very much.
I can't imagine what gives him that impression.
Maggie, do us a favour. Try and get along with him, would you?
Are you asking or telling?
Asking. Nicely.
Got it?
Well then, now, seeing as you're all dressed up, nowhere to go, why don't I buy you a meal?
Oh, what about him?
We'll manage.
bed, Joey. Mummy's got your milk.
You really know how to show a girl a good time.
Now, regards your hairdresser, what sort of trouble?
I don't know. Something in the way you said, we'll sort it all out. Anyway, I've asked Helmets to keep an eye on the area.
Not more bloody vigilantes, only heavy fares this time. You know, this is not what they meant when they were talking about community policing.
You sound about as sympathetic as Jake.
What do you think? Vigilantes deserve sympathy? No, a mob is a mob and they're going to get short shrift from me.
Oh.
Anyway, tell me about your Auntie Wynne. What's the trouble there?
Nothing. That's the problem. It's a bit like the Andy Cap cartoon.
What is?
Me creeping in after a late turn or a date with Mike. I expect to find her behind the front door.
With a rolling pin?
Oh, no, with a cup of cocoa and a great pile of sandwiches. All meat and free veg, and hot soup, hot water bottle. Oh, Bill, she's got a heart as big as St. Paul's and I can't stand it. Now, I know that might make me sound wicked and ungrateful, but it's not me. It's not my life. You know, organised, meals on table. Another woman has taken over my home, and no woman likes that. You ask Janie. Oh. I mean, she's marvellous with Dad. I mean, he's really making progress. Oh, but even he's noticed. He thinks it's his fault that he's in the way, and... Oh, I don't know, everything's falling apart. I mean, Steve wants to go and live with Ken. Now, come on, I'm driving.
The one reason you bought a new flat was so you'd be near the Nick.
That's true.
So take a taxi. Be a devil. Breathe all over Auntie Wynne. Cheers.
There's Joey Felix.
Forget it. Case closed.
I'm worried about him.
Leave it. Come on, you're a policewoman, not an agony aunt. You can't take all the troubles of the world upon your shoulders, particularly not tonight. Can top you up.
Yeah, what about him upstairs?
He'll be legless by now.
I'll never tattoo drunks, and this guy's out cold.
That's right. Maury, old son, you're very observant. Like I said, he was a bit squeamish. Big, but timid. Needed some Dutch courage. Too much, right, George? Yeah, he can't bear dentists neither. All those needles give him the willies.
Are you sure this is what he wants?
Well, he wrote it down. He should know.
But what does it mean?
I haven't a clue, Maury. But if that's what he wants, will you do it?
Yeah, you're pulling me plonker. It's a gag, isn't it? Oh, no, for me sense of humour. How do you want it done?
Good lad. Red art, blue lettering, any colour you like for the rosebud.
Oh, it's your money. And here, what happens when he wakes up? He's a big un. Smash this place to matchwood.
Oh, he won't be here when he wakes up, will he, George? And it's a long walk back from Epis Forest.
You still awake, Joey?
Yes, Mummy.
Did you drink all your milk?
Yes, Mummy, all.
Did you say your prayers?
Yes, Mummy.
Did you remember to ask God to forgive you? To make you a good boy?
But Joey's not naughty. Joey's a good boy.
God knows if you're being naughty, Joey, if you're telling Mummy lies. He saw you with Tracy. He sees everything, every minute of every day. He even knows if you're thinking about those things, those filthy things. He punishes people who think wicked, filthy thoughts, doesn't he, Joey? They go to hell and burn forever, don't they? Don't they, Joey?
Yes, but Joey's a good boy, a good boy.
All right, I believe you. This once. Good night, God bless.
God bless Joey. Let Mary come.
Is it? You sound cheerful enough.
Well, it's another day. Thanks for the chat last night. Helped me out of a deep hole. Do the same for you one day.
Let's hope it won't come to that. Hangover?
No? That for me?
Therapy. I find the greatest cure for depression is work, lots of work, so sort that lot. I'm off. To the yard. With the governor.
Right.
You sure you haven't got a hangover?
No?
Morning.
Jake, get Peter in, will you? We've got a stack, and get me a couple of aspirin. Oh, the head's coming off.
What time did you say?
What?
Court.
10 o'clock.
Here's your shirt. Disgusting.
Now, don't start.
Don't start. How do you think Tracy feels? Come Christmas, she's going to have a little brother or a little sister somewhere.
Yeah. Well, how'd you know it's mine? It could have been one of thousands.
Oh, yeah, she obviously wasn't very choosy. You're old enough to be her father. And all the time trying to put the blame on that poor idiot down the passage.
Oh, so you're on his side now, are you?
That's right. You're so big with the young girls, and yet you're scared to death of Sandra's dad.
As long as we stick to our story.
Our story? Oh, no. Now, you leave Joey Felix out of it. His poor mother's got enough to cope with. I'm warning you. You leave Joey Felix out of it, or I'll tell Billy Williams about you and Sandra.
Yeah.
And if he wants to lay you out, I'll hold his coat.
You wouldn't.
Try me.
Another GLC plaque being nicked. This time from a house in Gooch Place.
What do they do with them?
Flog 'em to the Yanks. Oh, looks just dandy in the rumpus room.
Oh, here's a curio. Vicar wants to charge a woman with indecent assault.
That's a swish.
Seems he had a bad back, saw the word massage over a door in Dean Street and got a bit more than he paid for. What do you reckon?
Oh, yeah, just his cup.
Oh, just a point.
What?
While we're running ourselves ragged, what'll you be doing?
I've got an appointment to see Miss Fraser.
Social worker.
Yeah, about Joey Felix.
No, Joe, you can't come with me. Not today.
But I like shopping.
I'm not going shopping. I've got to go to court to give evidence.
What's that?
I've got to tell them about the man who tried to hurt you.
What, and then can we go shopping?
We'll see. Now, listen, when I'm gone, you stay indoors. You keep that front door shut and you don't let anyone in.
Why not?
Because I say so. Yes, now, there's some sandwiches and cake in the kitchen, but you're not to eat them until dinner time, promise?
Yeah.
And be a good boy.
I am a good boy.
Well, he can't be all that retarded, can he?
Why not?
It's not just kids who invent imaginary playmates, you know. Every man in here could have fantasies like that about this girl. She's gorgeous. That make us all retarded.
Anyway, Mrs. Felix said it wasn't all fantasy, there really was a Mary.
Lucky Joey.
Lucky. I think he wanted me to have it, all right?
So what price, Miss Fraser?
Oh, not much help. Well, there's only so much the social services can do. She said she'd pop in now again, you know, see if she's got time. See if Mrs. Felix is getting the proper attendance allowance. She always told me the same as Bill, none of my business.
Doesn't stop you worrying about it, though.
Nope.
I think someone wants a word.
Hello, Dreambank.
What are you doing out there?
Conditioner, the one I told you was coming in. As I happen to be up west.
Conditioner?
Yeah, noticed your ride was a bit brittle yesterday.
Right. Oh, Jake, this is Toby, my hairdresser.
Oh, hello, Toby. Can I get you a...
No, can't stop, tough.
Dreambank?
Some Clements, please, Sergeant.
Oops. Yes, ma'am. Excuse me.
Nice.
Straight.
What a waste. Still, never mind, eh? So, use the gubbins after your shampoo, leave it on for 5 minutes, then rinse off.
Hey, listen, while you're here, you can have a word with my governor.
What about?
Oh, come on, Toby, the assault.
Oh, that. Forget it, all taken care of. No need to bother the law.
Now listen, Toby, if you've done anything against the law, you could be hearing my little knock.
How sweet. Well, shall I or shan't I?
What?
Tell ya.
Busy today? Often like this, is it?
It comes and goes. I say,
How's the wrestling, then?
well rehearsed.
Who's that with Mag? Her intended, is it?
No?
Bit colourful for a snout.
I wouldn't know about that. I say, do you mind?
Epping Forest? That's abduction.
What do you mean? He was lurking round parked cars, behaving suspiciously. We made a citizen's arrest.
Come on, Frank, let's have a bit of service.
Hey, you never credit this. 2 pints, please, Frank.
Credit what?
PC Spicer. You know Nick Oates?
What about him?
We're in court this morning. Mr. Oates stands in the dock, as meek as you please, pleads guilty as charged.
Sentenced?
Fine 50 quid, bound over for 2 years. No impassioned plea from the dock, not a word about Joey.
Perhaps his brief advised him to.
According to BC Spicer, the brief was absolutely flabbergasted. Oates just didn't seem to care. He was sort of dazed.
Perhaps they got him on dolly mixtures.
Tattooed? On his...
That's right, yeah. Every time he feels of his back pocket now, he'll remember the night he had a drink with the lads. Mind you, if he has got a girlfriend, he'll have a lot of explaining to do, won't he?
What do you mean?
Well, you're the detective. Find out.
Oh, now listen, seriously, Toby, if this man makes a complaint, I could be popping round to see you, and it will not be just for a trim.
I know, girl. Still hardly likely, is it? I mean, in the circumstances. Anyway, girl, must rush. Oh, hello. You thinking of having a new hairdo? No, it's not you somehow, Maggie. Got the same bones as Mary.
Mary who?
The model, Mary Felix, you know, like the cat that kept on walking. Why?
You got any idea where I can find her?
Well, she was in the States for a while. You want to try the top model agency, she's flavour of the month. Vogue, Harper's, you name it. Why, she ain't bothered then?
No, somebody else was.
Yeah. Don't leave me on my own in the candy store.
Yes, I've got it. Apex Studios, Crawford Mews, WC2. Right. Oh, how long do you say she might be there? Right, OK, thanks.
Busy?
Yes.
Good. That's what I'd like to see. Slater?
Oh, he drew the short straw, the Reverend Thwaites.
Well, I thought he might.
You only got a riddles?
It's being so good at riddles got me where I am today.
An inscription, not on a GLC plaque. What does it mean? Fourpence, find your own railings.
Haven't a clue.
Check it out with the DLC and see what's in David's class.
You fancy their room?
Well, not a lot. I'm up to here. Can't beat gun.
Oh, sorry I asked. It's just that, well, you thought she was gorgeous. Still, hey, Mum.
Hang about.
See, Mum got religion real bad when my dad's scarpered. Now everyone's wicked sin, especially me. By the way, I'm the whore of Babylon.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, seems I'm an abomination in the sight of the Lord because I paint my face and flaunt my body for the allurement of lustful men.
Really? When did you find time to do your shopping?
What's the laugh in it? I tried to explain it to her. Look, Mum, I says, I'm only a clothes horse. I don't dress to allure men just to make women envious. Well, that's how the fashion trade runs, see? Oh, she'd have none of it. We had a barn and she tells me to sling me hook. I used to go back to see Joey regular, but me and Mum always read, and then Joey just got upset.
He obviously misses you. How long since you last saw him?
For about a year. Well, see, I only got back from the States last Thursday. I wrote him, though, and sent him presents from Disneyland and that. That cow hasn't told him, but just like her. She's never loved her Joey, you know.
No?
No. You ever seen her touch him?
No.
No, you won't either. Not since he was little. Oh, she taught him how to dress himself and get washed and that. And how to pray. Yeah, she made us do a lot of praying. But she never touches him now. She told me once it makes her feel sick.
What, to touch him?
Yeah. Well, she was 3 months gone with Joey when Dad married her. So she thinks Joey's God's punishment in being a bit slow, you know. That's probably why I wouldn't let go of that girl.
Why?
Well, he just wanted to hold somebody. Well, I always give him a cuddle, see? Kids need a cuddle, don't they? I'm just sorry she got upset, though. Is she all right now?
Oh, yes, Tress is fine. She defended Joey. She's very fond of him.
Oh, no, that's just pity. It's not the same, is it? Do you reckon they'll have to go to court?
No, there'll be no charges. I've spoken to the social worker. I'm just worried about aggro from the neighbours, hostility.
What, against that Joey?
Yes, well, some of the people on the estate think he's dangerous because he's so strong.
I have the strong cone full of sweetness.
Well, I know that. Where's it from?
Samson's riddle, that is. Time I was 16, I'd read the Bible 3 times, cover to cover. It sort of stays with you.
Puts me to shame. Oh, I remember it now. It's from the treacle tins.
Yeah, well, I'm not having those evil-minded sods putting the boot in her, Joey. He's coming home with me.
Oh, how do you know your mother will let you?
I'd like to see her try and stop me.
What about your job? How will you cope?
Oh, look, we'll manage somehow. I've got a few bob and I can get someone in to look after him when I'm working. Here. She can't stop me taking him away, like, legally, can she?
It's all check. Yes, hello. Could you get me the solicitor's department?
She can't do that. She's got no right. Well, it's against the law. You're the police. You stop her.
Mrs. Felix, you heard Joey say that he wants to go with his sister. There's nothing you or the law can do to stop him.
I don't know what he's talking about. He's got the mind of a child. You know that?
Object, Mrs. Felix. He's 28 years old. Legally, he can do what he wants to. Now, there's no court order or any kind of restraint against him. Legally, it is his choice.
Yeah, go on, that's right. You tell her. Are these what he's wearing as vests? I'll see. Yeah, well, I'll get him some new ones. I shan't be long. He's just going for his bits and pieces.
Mrs. Felix, why didn't you tell me that you had a daughter?
I don't. Not anymore, not now. She's wicked, shameless. Did you see that dress?
She's a fashion model. She came straight from work.
Yes, well, we all know about so-called fashion models, don't we, harlots?
Well, look, whatever you may think about the way she earns her living, she loves Joey, and Joey loves her. Oh, Mrs. Phillips, can't you see how cruel it was not to tell him that where she was, that she still cared about him?
Cruel? It's my duty. I know that, even if you don't. No one can say I haven't always done my duty by Joey. I've tried to bring Joey up decent, and it hasn't been easy. There's sin everywhere. Evil men, shameless women. I've tried to keep Joey from seeing the evil in the world. That's why I won't have a television in the house. Have you seen the vile things? The violence, the pornography, the filthy language spilling out night after night. She's wicked. She'll corrupt him. I should have listened to that woman.
What woman?
That social worker woman you sent round. She could have got him into one of those hostel things, those special places. Well, he'll have to go anyway if anything happens to me.
Well, she didn't know that he had a sister.
Look at this.
How dare you touch that? You give that to me.
Oh, talk to me now, are you cow? You wicked, vicious cow.
You!
Oh, don't fret yourself. This is one thing I won't be taking with me. This evil thing, she makes him look at it. He's petrified of it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, come off it, Mum. It used to hang on his bedroom wall. When he was a kid, Joey was terrified to go to the lav. He'd rather wet himself. And do you know why? Because of this evil thing. He was ashamed to go to the toilet in case God saw him.
Mary, shall I put my coat on now?
Yeah, hurry up, pet. He'll be all right, Mum. He'll have the best. Look, give us a couple of weeks to get sorted out, and then you can come round and see him if you like.
You think I'd set foot in the house of a painted Jezebel whore?
Jezebel? Don't know. I've always been scared of dogs and all. You ready for the off, then?
Can we go now?
Yeah. Say goodbye to your Mum.
Bye, Mummy.
Ta-ra, Mum.
Wait. Here. What are these?
Well, what are they, Mrs. Felix?
It's something the doctor gave me for Joey. Dr. Singh understands. Joey's got to be... He's got to be kept under control.
Yeah, well, I'll see what Marquardt has to say about these. Come on.
Oh, wait, you...
Nutters, all of them, nutters. It's not always as bad as this, is it, Mag?
How bad is it?
First of all, I get lumbered with a parcel.
Oh, yes, our friend from the sauna. How'd it go?
I sent him off to think it over. Told him his bishop might wonder why I went in there in the first place.
Did he buy it?
I think so. No one wants to look like a nana, do they? Hey, I shouldn't devour you. There's another nutter in there now.
Your day, is it?
No, it bloody isn't. Bruiser called Purvis. You're not going to believe this one.
Try me.
Claims he's been tattooed against his will.
Get away. Whereabouts?
On his, jacksie.
Really? You want me to deal with it?
What? Would you?
Well, yeah, of course. It's doing a day's work. Give me, 5 minutes.
Well, if you're sure. Thanks, Mag. Mag? Takes a lot to phase you, doesn't it?
The name is Maggie. Mr. Purvis?
Yeah.
I'm afraid Inspector Slater has been called away. Perhaps I can help you. I'm Detective Inspector Forbes. Would you like to sit down?
Yeah, well, I can't, can I?
Oh, really? Well, now, perhaps you'd like to tell me all about it.